Hey, yo, welcome back to the Man Cave. This is your host, Black Iris. Good to see from and hear from everyone yet again. Going to hear some lovely ladies having some things to say here at the Man Cave, all the way from TikTok. I love it. It's a gift that just keeps on giving. But let's stop with all the pleasantries. Let's roll the footage.
Ladies, give me grace. I don't feel like men are giving that safe space in a relationship to be vulnerable and to be honest without being judged or without it being hijacked about how I made you feel about my honesty. And so what a lot of men learn to do through conditioning with dealing with women over time, even with their mothers, even with their family members, is learn to internalize this, because even if I have a legitimate gripe, I know when I tell you this, you may start to cry, you may start to flip it, and now I'm talking more about how you feel about what I said than what I actually said. So
Yep. And he's not wrong. You women can keep talking like you don't do it, but you know you do. Bring this up a bit. Y'all know you do it. You will have an argument and you're pretty good at memorizing things, but men are good at memorizing quite well. The only difference is, while you will find something and go above and beyond to find something out, you'll do the bare minimum with the relationship needs to fix problems. So let's just use as an example. I'm asking you to listen to me. I'm asking you to think about what I'm saying and how I want things done and this and that. When you're angry or you don't know what's going on, you will be a super sloop and start being a detective to try to figure out, oh, he hasn't been around. Where is he going? I'm going to try to look him up. I'm going to do all this extra stuff. Instead of just listening to what a man is telling you, you rather listen to the drama or your daytime stories, and if you're Latina, novelas, and because that is what drives you. You can say you don't like it, but let's keep it real. That turns women on. That argument. So, in getting back to what I was saying, men have learned not to talk to you. No one cares about your personal life. And unfortunately, at times, it's even the man's own family. Nobody cares. So men have learned to keep it hush hush. And what men start to learn is what they try to teach other men, and it's what I have tried to teach men. When you get into relationships, a woman will do everything her best to get every bit of information because gossip and drama turns them on. They like it. They are driven by it. It drives them. But the honest truth is this, and you need to understand this. You are taking a risk opening up to a woman, telling her your personal life. When you or basically come up with all that stuff, guess what? 9 out of 10, you have a great chance that that is going to come back as an argument and she's going to use it as a weapon to use against you. It's the truth. Go ahead and ask any other man who's ever been in the same position that I have been, that anyone else has been. When men open up to women, they'll either make it argument about them or use it to slap you right in the face. Remember that video, that dude who was crying? Because does any of you ever cried? All the other guys knew to shut up. Don't say anything. No, even if you did, you gotta be macho manly. That's how you get women. But with them, they knew he didn't understand the game. So what ended up happening, he started breaking down, remembering how his best friend was killed. And they were all sympathetic. And I'm sorry to say, they was a little bit pathetic. But after a while, you started noticing them laughing about his friend's death. They think it's funny because it's not their friend, because it's not her feelings that got hurt. It's his feelings. And this is how men are treated. It doesn't matter if it's 99.9% of women. You cannot take a chance opening up to any woman when you realize that women will treat you like this. It's not me saying it. It's not the guys over here saying it. It's not that little gain box that for your fabric softener saying it. It's not your best friend's dog. No, these women literally go out of their way to show you they don't give a darn about your feelings. And I guarantee you, get into an argument with a woman that does feel it, and you hurt her, or she thinks you hurt her, or thinks you did something, and guess what? She comes back and uses that as a weapon. It doesn't matter how nice or sweet the woman is, they are bitter, evil people. They are given the roles of being kind, caring, thoughtless, all this other crap, but in reality, real men and women know better.
I have a rebuttal to that, and I wonder if our rebuttals match.
What's up?
My question to that is now, because you said that you feel like the conversation goes there. Is that just what the conversation turns into, and that's how you solve a problem? Because you might say something, and then I respond, and that's how the conversation is going. Hey, I like the fact you opened up to me. I didn't like the way you said it. So can we talk like this, or can we do that?
So, in a small example, what I was talking about is what happened just now.
Mm-hmm.
That is the
Yep. See, the thing is, and I mentioned before I let this guy talk, she, without missing a beat, she basically flipped the script, moved the goalpost, and basically did exactly what he said women will do. That's why I tell you, women are the most easiest people to predict. It's easy. It is very easy. She basically did exactly what he just said. You can't even make this up. You can't make it up.
reality of what men have to go through when interacting with women. The issue is we communicate very differently. And at times, the way women process information is to defend themselves. They're always on defense.
True. I mean, you look at this. You go ahead and have a conversation with a woman. She's not trying to end the argument, to fix it. She's trying to end the argument where she ends up on top. They don't know how to survive. They weren't built for this. This is why we're not equal. It's like the whole thing of women and this whole emotional intelligence. They're so stupid. As many studies that have been done, pretty much males and females have the same level, off and on, at the same level of emotional intelligence. It's just because women can't understand it because they respond emotionally and men respond intellectually. They're logically about thinking about what they're going to do, but it's still emotions. That's why women can't get it. And ever since we cross these barriers where we don't know what a male or a female is, we don't know what is this or that, we don't know what color blue is, people's brains got destroyed. This is why the man cave even exists, because I have a place where men can talk and women are allowed to come. But my thing is, if I'm talking to men, why are women coming into men's spaces? Because they don't want men's opinions. They don't like what men say, and they haven't been checked. And that's one of the major reasons why the men have not checked these women, and that's why they feel free to speak however they want. Not here. I don't play that. You try to come up with me, I give you the smoke.
So when we communicate, they're looking for whatever issue with the wording you use to retaliate. While us, we close ourselves when we notice that behavior. So then you start to lie. You start to no longer talk about any issues. That's how the relationship starts to go downhill, right? At least from the man's perspective. Because the other person doesn't want to hear you out and always finds fault in what you say. It's so easy, even a fucking caveman can do it.
He's right. That's why men don't tell women the truth, because they can't handle the truth. Women like to say, oh, men are like, we're having a family, it's like having two children. My husband's like a child. When the actuality is, you don't see a man complaining about, oh, you didn't give me those shoes I wanted. Oh, you didn't predict that I needed my hair done. Oh, you didn't do this. Oh, you didn't do that. We don't go out often. These are children. Children complain about things that they can't do, but the difference is children can't afford or can't legally go out by themselves. Women can, but they want to feel special. They're like mentally challenged people. You have to make them feel good for them to shut up. And if you were the right one, a modern woman, you have to go out of your way to pretty much tell her to do the bare minimum, which is take care of the simple stuff in the house. But you got that effinism in your damn brain, and you think that, dude, that's slavery. If you really want me to talk about slavery, I'll put you in rags and break out the whip. Or if you're from the South, a switch. For anyone who's from the South and knows what I'm talking about. What the point is, men eventually, and he's 100% correct, men just start lying. They won't tell you nothing because you could care less. Imagine having a dangerous job, knowing you have a dangerous job, knowing that he goes every day to a dangerous job, but you're complaining that the garbage wasn't taken out and you're tired and this and that of taking care of the kids. How about this? How about you understand the fact that maybe he's freaking tired and he's dodged bullets or had to dodge traffic while he was flying through the streets doing whatever? But you won't think about that because women think about themselves.
I'm in my 60s. People think that no one looks at you anymore. And the truth of the matter is, I have just as many people who want to sleep with me.
Say that one more time. Play it one more time for the 60-year-old woman with the hearing aid.
In my 60s, people think that no one looks at you anymore. And the truth of the matter is, I have just as many people who want to sleep with me now as I ever did.
I want you to understand something. I want everyone to just pay close attention. So I'm going to explain something to you so that we have a clear understanding. Of course, men will still want to sleep with you. Men will go out of their way to sleep with anything. They'll sleep with the 50, 60, 70, 80-year-old woman. They'll sleep with the 400, 500, 600, 700-pound woman. They'll sleep with the 90, 100, 80, 70, 60-pound woman. They'll sleep with the person that looks like an elephant man or looks like the hunchback of Notre Dame. They will. What I'm saying is, you want to know how low some men will go? Just go to Instagram. Oh, girl, like 56. And I'm not talking about a 56-year-old woman who still at least got her body right, has boob implants, and still carries herself in a sexy way. I'm talking about the geriatric, wrinkles everywhere, disgusting, or the hippopotamus, or just dudes will smash anything. We don't have the options like women do, and men will smash whatever's around them. Keeping it real. Anybody will smash you. And you come into platforms. This is when they go into platforms with other women and never the men. See, they'll go to men's platforms to debate whatever they're saying, but they go to these platforms to make themselves feel better because they know even this dude in the bottom knows his bull.
There isn't that thing when you walk in the room that every guy goes, ooh, because you're not as easy as you were when you were young. And men recognize that's why they don't look at you as much. It's not because you're not as hot. You're not as easy to and you're not as easy to get rid of, and you're not as easy to keep quiet. You're not as easy to dump afterwards. You're not as easy to be a side piece. It's not that you're not as hot, you're hotter because you're more relaxed. You're less concerned about, do I look great? You know you look great. It's not because you're not as anything. It's just because you're not as easy.
Oh man, that is truly the epitome of cap. That is the definition of cap. Wow. You really think all that, honey? Really? You really think that there's a bunch of guys out here, and that's the reason why they treat you differently, is because you know about that life? If anything, you're even worse. You have nowhere else to go. So when guys are flirting with you, it's because they know you got no place else to go. The only place you got left for you to go is the grave. Let's keep it real. I'm gonna bring some harsh realities to you. This is some real facts, or as the kids would say, I'ma school you. You could still get played. Plain and simple. I don't care what anybody says. You can still get played. You're still old. You're still a woman. You still have needs. They can just give you the idea that it'll happen. It'll never will. Doesn't mean it have to. They just got to tell you. And you're too desperate to realize it. So you'll go forth with it. Get mad at me for what I'm saying. I'm just being honest. The fact is, you will go for whatever you can get. All the dudes who are trying to smash you, yes, they probably will want to just smash you. But you women need to start realizing the difference between sexual market value and long-term commitment. If they're not committing to you, you ain't worth it. You can have as many sausages flying at your face. It only makes you look more loose. So when you mention that you have all this attention, now men realize that you're just loose. You're not getting it. You're just not understanding it, or you're trying very hard not to. The fact of the matter is, you're old, you're wrinkled, you need to settle with whatever you can get. Don't get mad at me. Blame your Lord and Savior. They created you to age so rapidly that you can literally waste your youth and not realize it. You have to accept the fact that this is how things are. Oh, I get it. You still think you have something. Good luck with that. You really don't. But I appreciate you trying. And I hope that things work out for you. Frankly, I don't really care. But I hope they truly, truly hope things work out for you, because the honest truth is, you probably are a nice woman. You just were living in denial. So you go to a show with other females to live with that same level of deniability. That's what that is. You're happy talking with other women so it makes you feel better, thinking that you can survive. You will not survive. And you're going to realize that the end always comes for everyone like you. Like you, comes for everyone who thinks and talks like you. And it goes with my man, Kevin Samuels. God rest his soul. You can either buy a dog and die alone.